Hey folks, welcome back. So this is our day 5 and congratulations if you have made this far with me. Okay, so today we're gonna solve another problem where the problem description says that we need to print 5 even numbers, that is 0, 2, 4, 5, 4, 6 and 8, and the output format. In the output format we will print first 5 numbers separated by space. So let's, as usual, we will write down what we need to print and then we will start the coding. So first what we need to do is, okay, so what we are doing, we are printing the first 5 even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and what we need to do, these numbers should be space separated. So these two observations we have did. Now let's write our approach to solve this. Okay, so guys, in our approach what we are trying to do is, first we will initialize a variable name as count. We will initialize it to 0, then we will initialize another variable that is number, which is again 1. Now we will use a loop, so we can use any loop or while loop, and then we are checking if the number is even. So if the number is even, then we will print that number and we will increment our count by 1, and finally we will increment our number by 1. So let's change it into our code, okay, to give you a better explanation. So let's write the code. Okay, so guys, what we are doing here, we first initialize the variable count to 0, then in our second step we initialize number to 1, so we did the same here. Then we use a loop, so we are using while loop here, and we are checking if our count is less than 5, and if it is less than 5 we will enter the loop and we will check if our number is even. So if our number is even, so how will we check that? We check if we divide that number and we get remainder 0, then that's an even number, right? So in that case we will print that number and we will give a space and then we will increment the count. So this will count that one number is printed. And finally we will increment our number. So previously the number was 1, now the number will become 2, then 3, then 4 till 5. Until it print 5 number, it will keep on continuing. So let's run this and see if we are getting the expected output. So as you can see, what output we are getting, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, but our expected output was 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now what's the issue? Let's try to debug. So we are starting from 1, okay, but in this question 0 is given and 1 is basically a odd number. So we did a mistake here. Let's correct this mistake and rerun this. Let's check if it works fine. So now you can see 0, 2, 6, 8, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. We get the output as above. So now means we are on the correct track. Now let's try to find out if we can improve it further. So here there can be one improvement which you have also noticed, I believe, that is we can use a loop, and instead of checking using if condition, what we can do, we can directly increment that number by 2. Means first, if the first even number is 0, if we add 2 then we will get 2, then if we add 2 then it will become 4, then 6, if we add 2 then it will become 8. So by adding 2 we are getting these even numbers, so we can eliminate this step, okay, and eventually this step also get eliminated, right? So let's do it this way. So let's write our approach. Okay, so guys, this is our approach. First we will initialize a variable number and we will initialize it to 0. Then we will use a loop. So we can use a for loop. So we because when we use for loop we no need to initialize another variable count, okay, and since we know that we are just printing 5 numbers, 5 even numbers, so we can give the range as 5, right? And then we are printing the number and finally we are incrementing it by 2. So let's write the code for it to get a better understanding. Okay, so guys, we have wrote this code. So where we are initializing the number to 1, then we are using for I in range till the range is still 5, and instead of this 1, let's make it 0, otherwise we get wrong result. And what we are doing, we first print this 0. Okay, now what we will do, we will add 2 to it, it will become 2, then we will print 2, then we will add 2 to it, it will become 4, then we'll print 4, and keep on until 8. Okay, so let's run and see if we are getting the same results or not. So see, the results are same, right? So we are doing the right thing. So let's conclude and let's summarize this what we have did so far. So we have given this problem. By understanding this problem, we get to know that we need to print 5 even numbers, 0 to 468, and then these numbers should be space separated. So we derived our first approach to solve this. So what we did, we initialize a variable count which is equals to 0, and then we initialize another variable number which is equals to 0. Then we use a loop, and then we use a if condition to check if number is even or not. If it is even, we are printing that number and incrementing the count and then incrementing the number. But then we notice that there is a slight improvement which we can make, that is, instead of using this if, we can directly increment the number by 2. Okay, so what we did the same, we use a initialize the number to 0, then we use a for loop which range till 5, and then we are printing the number, and after that we are incrementing that number by 2 and then printing another number, and we keep on doing that number until we get these 5 numbers. So guys, this is all about this video. So let's meet in next video, and if you like the video, then you can give a thumbs up, and if you want to proceed with me, you enjoying the sessions, you can consider subscribing so you do not miss out the next video which I will post. So bye bye.